Hi, Barry Foster here, and welcome back to the Scottish Job with Glenrothes. This is episode number 23. And today we've got a cup final. It's the Alex Jack Cup final. We're away to Syngenta. But before we get to that game, this is what has been happening since our last video. In the East of Scotland qualifying cup fourth round at home to East Stirlingshire, we were beaten 2-1. Quite a frustrating match that, because I think we were slightly the better side. But unfortunately, we only got one goal in the match, and that was from young Leishman, who came off the bench, and he scored a goal in the 74th minute. But in the end, that proved to be just a consolation with Kieran Offord scoring a brace for the visitors. So they go into the fifth round. A little bit frustrating, considering we were the holders of that cup. We then played a league game. We went away to Broxburn Athletic. And it was a pretty tough match, but we came away 2-1 victors with Curry and Denton, the goal scorers. Denton once again scoring from the penalty spot in the 80th minute after Broxburn had equalised from the penalty spot in the 70th minute. But overall, that was a pretty good performance by the boys. And when we take a very quick look at the league table, as you can see, after 13 matches, Glenrothes leading the pack on 28 points, a point ahead of Hill of Beath on 27, then Lothian Thistle and Linlithgow Rose both on 24, and Crossgates coming up on 23. So it's fairly tight at the top there, but we just got our noses in front, which is a pretty good thing. I probably should make a very quick comment about the finances. As you can see, absolutely disastrous. Nearly £280,000 in the red. All I can say, if your board ever does propose a B team and you're only a small club, say no. I think that is what has caused this financial problem here at Glenrothes. We've gone ahead with the B team, and the finances are an absolute mess. And when you look at projections, if you look at for the season end of 24-25, the balance could be something like £821,000 in the red, and a loss of just over £250,000. Surely that would finish the club. I think that's massive losses, I think, for a club at this level. But anyway, I can't do much about the finances. We are under the wage budget by £850. That's all I can really do. But that's enough, I think, to do with finances. Let's turn our attention to the Alex Jack Cup final against Syngenta. We have played Syngenta once before in a pre-season friendly only about 3-4 months ago, and we beat them 2-0. I certainly would like that scoreline today. Anyway, let's go and play this cup final. Okay, this is our starting 11 for today, and it's a pretty strong one. Richardson in goal, Denton, Flynn and Strachan and Lumsden across our back line with Motruck, O'Deep, Marshews, McLeod Kay in midfield, and Higgs and Curry will be the attackers. And on the bench we'll have Curran, Watson, Paver, Lovett, Bell, Edwards and Scotty Miller. Unfortunately, Dylan Honeyman, our captain, he is suspended for this match, so he can't appear. But I think it's still a fairly strong bench we've got there as well. So let's go and chat to the boys. Okay, I'm not going to put any pressure on the boys today. Just go out there and have fun. I really didn't like some of those other team talks. But I think this might be not a bad one to do. Only one loss in the last 5 games, so pretty good form, I must admit. Interesting sort of a stadium, I think. Car park there behind the fence. Anyway, it's the visitors, Glenrothes, who get this cup final underway. And I certainly would like to add another piece of silverware to the cabinet. I think we added 3 last season, so a 4th one would be very, very welcome. And O'Deep gets his opportunity in the starting 11 today because of Honeyman's suspension. So he's a pretty good backup there for Honeyman in the centre of the park, and I think O'Deep is also our vice captain. Anyway, a bit of a tentative start from both sides, no shots. Lots of possession for Glenrothes, nearly 70%. But anyway, we've got another highlight, and that's driven straight down the park. Now Strachan. He's performed pretty well in defence for us. And this is Curry, who's had a whale of a match. Now this is O'Deep, he's gone through. Oh, he can't find the target. Try to place it wide of the keeper, but a little bit too wide. Anyway, unless we've had a shot and looked a little bit dangerous, I think we'll call out some encouragement to the boys. Now Denton to Motruck, who can go for maybe a bit of a gallop down the left. And he's got a pretty good cross on him. And he's looking for Curry. Oh, well, that was a good save by the keeper, Copland. I thought that was a fairly good header by Curry, but good save by the keeper. So maybe more encouraging signs for Glenrothes. Now we've got Denton with a free. And O'Deep is headed, I think, into the side netting. So we seem to be having more shots than Syngenta. And we're still hogging the possession by nearly 70%, which is an awful lot of possession, especially for a visiting side. And now Strachan with a free. Oh, he hits that well. That might have crashed against the upright, but we've got a corner. So Higgs will take the corner, and that's been cleared by the defenders. Curry didn't quite get to that ball. Showed a lot of determination then, a forward chasing back for the ball. Anyway, about 15 minutes left in the first half, 0-0. I think Glenrothes have looked the more likely team to score. Anyway, McLeod K looking for Higgs. Higgs, oh, his good ball to Motruck. Can he find the target? Oh, another good save by the keeper. So we get a corner. So we're still knocking on their door. This will be Denton to take the corner. And he goes far post, but all Higgs can do is balloon it over the bar. So as we wait for the next highlight, everybody seems to be performing, I think, pretty well. No one's having a bit of a bad game, and Higgs with another corner. But that's been headed away by Fitzpatrick. Now McLeod K, he can bring this back and maybe whip it across. And here comes his cross looking. Oh, is he onside? Higgs has put it into the back of the net. And I think he is. So was that his 10th goal for the season? That was a very good goal. Nice cross by McLeod K. I think Curry got the first header. This is the cross. Curry across to Higgs. Lovely teamwork and very nice finish by Higgs. So I think the boys have deserved that with maybe 10 minutes left in the game. They've been knocking on the door for some time, and Syngenta really haven't looked very threatening going forward. So if we can hang on to this 1-0 lead until half-time, I'll be very, very happy. Our XG is way above Syngenta's. So I think that might be the half-time scoreline in the cup final, and it is. Not a bad crowd, 614 people here, 225 have made the trip from Glenrothes. That's good to see. Let's go and chat to the boys. Okay, the halftime team talk, do the old point the finger, and I'm going to tell the boys I'm delighted. Okay, we're only leading 1-0, but I think they've been playing very well as a team in the opening 45 minutes. And we've got the goal on the board. So hopefully that'll buck the boys up for another good 45-minute period. And everybody seems to be holding up with their fitness very, very well. It's been 7 days since our last game, so they all should be quite fit with plenty of petrol in the tank. We'll have to maybe consider a substitution coming up in the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But once again, possession heavily favouring the visitors. But this is Syngenta with possession. As I said before, we did play them in a friendly. We beat them 2-0. So hopefully we can continue our winning ways against this side. Although I think Syngenta were doing very well in their league. I think they were holding maybe top position. So their league form has been very good. Now the keeper there has just batted it away. I thought he could have maybe done something better, but we're trying to knock on their door and get a second goal. Just over 61 minutes in the match. And I think we might look at our first substitution for the game. Going to be a bit of a difficult one. I think I'll bring on Kyle Bell for Marsh Hughes. Some fresh legs in midfield, and Kyle Bell, he was our former playmaker. Marsh Hughes is sort of like nailed that position down, but Kyle Bell is a very, very good backup for that role. But I think we'll just demand a little bit more from the boys. Hopefully they won't get the shits with me for demanding more. They've certainly been the dominant side. I just hope Syngenta don't find a late equaliser to spoil our party. But so far, everything seems to be going to plan. I think we'll make a second substitution now. And tough one. I think I'll bring on Harry Lovett for McLeod K. And in the centre of defence, I think I would like to bring on young Watson, the lone player. I think we'll just make him a central defender. He's performed pretty well off the bench in matches this season. He's only, I think, 19, very young. Anyway, Lumsden with a throw to Lovett. And it's been very pleasing with our two strikers this season, Curry and Higgs. Both have performed very well, especially Curry. He's been scoring goals very frequently, which is just as well because Scotty Miller has not had the greatest of season. He's had an injury to get over. Anyway, Motruck, a very nice looking cross, but Lovett could only steer his header towards Copland. So maybe 10 minutes to go in the game. Can we score a second goal to make it very difficult for Syngenta? And that's Lovett with another header that missed the target this time. Well, I think we'll call out some praise to the boys. I think they've done very well. Okay, it's only 1-0, but it is a cup final. They're playing away from home. And I think we'll also start doing some time wasting. I think that's always a handy thing to do if you're hanging on to a lead. 3 minutes of added time. Let's just ramp that right up to the maximum time wasting. And I think we've almost got a hand on another piece of silverware. With only maybe 10 seconds to go in the match, the rain comes thumping down here in the game. Now this is Bell. Love it. All we've got to do is hold possession. And we've done it. That's it, full time. 1-0 to Glenrothes in the Alex Jack Cup final. And here we have another trophy presentation. Good to see. The rain's still coming down. Some of the fans still hanging around for this presentation. So mission accomplished in the Alex Jack Cup. The board, of course, had no interest in this competition, but I'm sure they're going to be very pleased that we've won another piece of silverware. And we'll just let them do their lap of honour. Bit of a cartwheel as usual from one of the players. And there you have it, 1-0 to Glenrothes with Higgs in the 37th minute. But when you look at those match stats, 18 shots to 7, an XG of 2.24 versus 0.19 and 66% possession, 7 corners to 1. They certainly were the dominant side in this game. So let's go and chat to the boys. All too easy. I'd say well done on winning a trophy. Success is always important, and it certainly is. So let's go and find out who we're going to play next. And as you can see, Glenrothes have been awarded £10,000 for winning the Alex Jack Cup final, which I think is £10,000 we sorely do need. But if we look at our next game, it's in 7 days' time. It's a home game against Lochmaben. It's first playing 18th. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we can have another good home victory in the league. But looking forward at the schedule, we have the South Challenge Cup 4th round match, which is a home game against Spartans, not until late January 23. But I think what we'll do, we'll play maybe 5 league games offline. Let's come back for the home game against Dundonald Bluebell. I think that could be a pretty good game to watch. The Bluebells are currently 9th in the league on 17 points, and if we come back for that one, we would have played around about 18-19 matches, and we'll have a much better idea of how many of these teams in the top 5 or 6 positions are faring come that time. So I think that's what we'll do in the next episode. We'll come back for the Dundonald Bluebell game. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video for today. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. Until next time, I'm Barry Foster saying it's goodbye from me.